How Yves Saint Laurent saved women's fashion forever. The late great Yves Saint Laurent changed the fashion world almost as soon as he stepped into it. When the designer was hired to lead Dior at age 21, he immediately became famous. But it was his meticulous attention to detail that defined his professional path. His designs had a rebellious quality to them. When women's fashion was governed by the conventional, knee-length and floor-grazing shapes in 1966, Saint Laurent's mannish smoking suit permanently altered how womenswear was seen. Today, we will be discussing how Yves Saint Laurent became a fashion icon and changed women's fashion forever by popularizing women's everyday trousers and pants. Early childhood. French fashion designer Yves Henri Donat Mathieu Saint Laurent was born in Oran, Algeria, on August 1, 1936, and died in Paris on June 1, 2008. Saint Laurent moved to Paris after finishing his secondary school in Oran, Algeria, in order to pursue a profession as a costume designer for plays and women's clothing. Laurent had a natural taste for fashion from a young age and had an easy transition into the business since he had spent his formative years making clothes for his mother and sisters. He briefly attended a fashion school and took first place in an international design competition. He moved to Paris and was accepted into the famous Chambre syndicale de la haute couture after meeting Michel de Brunhoff of Vogue Paris. His work quickly drew attention. Saint Laurent was employed as Christian Dior's assistant when a Vogue magazine editor showed Dior some of Saint Laurent's early drawings. After first meeting Dior, Yves Saint Laurent was fascinated by him and famously said, "He taught me the basis of my art." After Dior's unexpected death in 1957, his protégé, Saint Laurent, was the designated successor of the House of Dior. He developed more lengthy and elegant skirts, seeking a youthful appearance and an A-line feminine form. He then dramatically shortened skirts in 1959 and popularized the stylish beatnik aesthetic of turtlenecks and black leather jackets with fur edging in 1960. The history of an icon. The fashion designer set himself apart from the start of his business in 1962 by producing contemporary classics. He produced crisp, elegant works that are still in demand today by embracing contrast, such as the masculine and the feminine, or the traditional versus the contemporary. His unwavering vision gave the world the Mondrian shift, the safari jacket, and the women's Le smoking suit. Yves Saint Laurent often drew influence from the South and the East and portrayed contemporary interpretations of Mongolans, traditional North Africans, and Russian nobles. Long before Gautier and Issey Miyake, he created conical bras made of shells and metal body masks that were worn over silk skirts. His vintage jackets are still regarded as the pinnacle of refinement, and his designs are often noted as inspirational. But the main question is, how did Yves Saint Laurent become a fashion icon? The Mondrian series was a line of timeless gowns that Saint Laurent introduced in 1965. It included pieces by painters like Tom Wesselmann and enhanced them with cutout effects. His pop art collection for his haute couture presentation for the seasons 1966 to 1967 also highlighted his love of art. He also unveiled the Le Smoking, a pantsuit with straight-leg trousers, a white organza shirt with ruffles, a bow tie, a wide satin belt, and a fitted jacket, in addition to the series of vibrant dresses. The outfit was designed with masculine shapes in mind, drawing influence from the Englishman's smoking suit. The scandalous silhouette brought a range of reactions. Initially, fashion critics disapproved of it because they saw it as a violation of the natural order and gender-neutral attire. Le Smoking, however, quickly rose to fame among its followers as a symbol of sexual liberation. American socialite Nan Kempner wore a Le Smoking suit and mocked traditional dress regulations after she was refused entry to New York's Le Côte Basque restaurant due to her non-compliance with the dress code. One of Le Smoking's early supporters was French actress Catherine Deneuve, who was a model for the pop art exhibition before becoming Saint Laurent's muse. But what made it stand out? One of the key factors contributing to Le Smoking's popularity was its structure. Jean-Pierre Debord, the former technical director of Yves Saint Laurent's couture house, explained that Le Smoking is not about alteration, but structure. Helmut Newton photographed a version of the Le Smoking that received the most attention out of all the variations and images produced. In 1975, Newton took a picture of model Vibeke Knudsen on the gloomy Rue Abriot for the French issue of Vogue. Nutzen was the epitome of stylish, genderless style, with her hair pulled back and a cigarette between her fingers. The picture came to symbolize a fundamental change in how women's wear was seen. The smoking remained a cultural phenomenon in the years that followed its origin. Every stylish person was seen flaunting the suit, whether it was Bianca Jagger's whiteless smoking wedding suit, supermodels Kate Moss and Yasmin Gowri donning stylish takes on the shape, or actor Liza Minnelli. Le smoking, according to Saint Laurent, is a woman's necessary clothing, with which she finds herself continuously in vogue, since it is about style, not fashion. Fashion comes and goes, but style is forever. A man and his muses. Over the years, Laurent gathered a glittering retinue of well-known figures and fashion pioneers. He often collaborated with Catherine Deneuve, perhaps most notably for Belle de Jour, when he dressed Deneuve's character Séverine Cerisy. Many of YSL's female crew had an androgynous resemblance to him. The towering Betty Catrou, who served as an inspiration for Laurent's successor Tom Ford, was sometimes referred to as his twin sister. Tom Ford brought his own brand of charm to Yves Saint Laurent in 1999, where he amassed a devoted following during his season of creative direction. Slimane immediately abandoned the traditional Yves and embraced an alternative design when criticism surrounded his hire in 2012. In spite of this, his heart-shaped chubby from his fall 2016 collection was more than simply a nod to Laurent. Heavily influenced by the rock movement, Slimane used actors like Sky Ferreira and Kim Gordon in his gritty Saint Laurent advertisements. But Courtney Love became his star. She worked on the Saint Laurent Music Project advertisement and became the face of vintage slips and smudged lipstick. The tattooed Freya B.H. Eriksson was chosen by Slimane to represent his updated Saint Laurent womenswear collection. Eriksson, a tomboy with eyes covered by a long blonde fringe à la Catrou, was shot by Slimane and idealized the androgynous features that Saint Laurent's designs became associated with. The models on his SS16 walk were transformed into Kurt Cobain, who served as an inspiration for his farewell Saint Laurent menswear catwalk. Anthony Vaccarello, previously the creative director of Versus, was introduced as the new creative in 2016. In contrast to his predecessor, the Belgian-Italian designer wasn't looking to make a controversial choice, since his dress designs included exposed shoulders, thigh-bearing cutaways, and plunging necklines. Vaccarello's designs portrayed a very feminine aesthetic. The unspoken rule at YSL is that the designer prefers to collaborate with gorgeous women. Giselle Bundchen, Jennifer Lopez, and Anya Rubik are among the frequent wearers of his designs on the red carpet. The history of YSL has been chaotic, with scandals, forbidden fashion, and Slimane's divisive name change. Move over Galliano, Laurent was the first bad boy of fashion and promoted unconventional, rebellious ideas. He updated the Dior new look, added masculine shapes to women's clothing, and promoted dressing as a way of life. Slimane gave the company a grungier edge, while Tom Ford gave us a seductive style. As for Vaccarello, who knows what awaits the future of YSL? Until then, whoever is in charge of the venerable fashion company follows Laurent's maxim. I am no longer concerned with sensation and innovation, but with the perfection of my style. Saint Laurent's position as a top fashion house is firmly established, acknowledged, and rendered still relevant by a highly unique brand and strict codes. Saint Laurent competes with the most upscale, exclusive luxury brands on a worldwide scale and has a dominant position. Under the direction of Francesca Bellatini and Anthony Vaccarello's creative vision, the brand has established strong foundations for its growth and is pursuing its evolution to further extend its market presence. So this brings us to the end of this video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and turn on that bell icon so you don't miss an update from us. See you in the next video.